Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Kim here, and today is an episode of Thrifty Canucks. Yay! Boy, it's been a long time since I've done one of these. Well, it is Friday today, and I was supposed to do my Friday follow-up, but I won't be able to do it. I just don't have enough time to get that done as well as this video, so I figured, you'd want to see this one anyway. So I'll just do a little tiny follow-up for you. And these were the gems I made the other day. I'm just going to try to lift this up closer to you if I can get this underneath here. There we go. That I made the other day when we had our Techniques Tuesday. So usually when the camera's off, I finish up whatever I was doing, and sometimes I'll sit and play for a little bit longer. So I managed to get, 3, 6, 8, 10 of these done. And they're so easy to make. So if you haven't watched the video, do go watch the video and learn how to make these. These are going to be used as some of the centers for flowers that we're going to make next week. And there is some relevance to showing you this now because I'm going to show you something else to go with it next week. But while I was waiting for the upload, I decided to do a long strand of those fused pearls. And I don't know if I'll ever do this again. It was so long and boring. And when I got to about here, I said, okay, I should be done. Because I realized how much further I had to go, because I made this, I think it's 15 inches. Yeah, 15 inches long. And when you watch me do these, the silver beads go in between, which is what I've done here, is I put seed beads in between these. And then I knotted them each time behind so that if I want to cut these, I could cut off this much and then so on and so on. But yeah, it's once you start, it seems like forever to get to the other end. So it's not for the faint of heart. I can say I've been there, done it, and I'm probably never going to do it again. And if I do, I would do this much. That's about all I would ever do. It's bulky, so it wouldn't be something you'd want to put in a journal, but it might be nice to trim along the outside of a journal book cover or something. But there again, not running out to do this one too soon. But just thought I'd show you because some of you may, and you can make some fun stuff with this. It looks like I could probably shape it a little bit if I wanted to. After I had stitched it all, I did go back with my white glue and glued over top and then brushed out the glue so that I know that the threads aren't going to come apart and I can cut it in lengths if I want. So it isn't the worst thing in the world, but I certainly wouldn't do this long. So that's it for that. For the rest of the follow-up, there won't be any new digitals this week. I am working on some. I'm working on some ephemera documents from vintage ephemera. I start looking at stuff that's going out there for digitals, and it starts to look the same. And so I really wanted something different. And I was working with some of the ephemera that I have, like authentic vintage ephemera. And I figured, I'm going to scan these before I actually put them into journals that I'm working on. So I figured, okay, I'm going to scan them, and that'll be the upcoming digital. So it'll be shortly next week when I get those done. But yeah, it's a start, and there are going to be a lot of original ephemera that I'm going to be using to make some digitals from. So stay tuned for that. It'll be a lot of fun. And then tomorrow is Arm's Length Art. So I will be starting around 11-ish because usually in the morning I have a few things to do, and then I have to set up the supplies I'm going to use and figure out what I want to exactly make. I think I'm going to be making some sort of tickets, and these tickets will be based on using scrapbook paper and some other bits and pieces of paper. The idea comes from Jean from Jean's Gems had asked me to do a digital of tickets, and she had sort of given me a sample of what she wanted, and I thought, we could probably make these very easy, just randomly. So I figured, well, we'll give it a try, and then, I can still make some tickets for Eugene in the future. But right now, I just thought this would be fun for me to use up some scraps and make some super easy tickets that we can all use in our journals. So that's it. We will start tomorrow. I'll be online in the Facebook group, Crafting with Eyes Wide Open. And yeah, so I'll start at around 11 o'clock tomorrow. So if any of you want to join me, and then I will still have the follow through video as the day progresses. So you will actually get to see me do the stuff in the end. I did join a new group, and she's a very new Facebook group with limited followers so far. And you know what, Carrie, it's not coming to me the name of your group. Junk journal something. Anyway, it's in the description below. I forgot to write it down. It's upstairs, but I forgot to write it down on a piece of paper to bring down here. So I will give you a better plug in my next video, probably tomorrow. But for now, guys, if you just look down in the description, you will see her name and her channel. Do join her. She's a U.S. gal. She's open to some of our sellers bringing our videos, our YouTube videos there to show product and to show tutorials. So if any of my followers or friends are watching and you want to join her group, again, just follow the links below. And so let's help her to build her channel, because that's what she's looking at. And, that's how we help each other to grow, and we give ourselves more opportunity to meet new people, to see new ideas, to create and swap and do whatever with different people. So, if you have nothing better to do, go and have a look at her group. Go and introduce yourself and join and show what you've got, or, take in what's there, and let's help her get started. So that's it for my plugs for right now. Carrie, I'm sorry. I will do you better justice tomorrow. But at least we've got it up there, and your links are up there as well. So let's get started on my thrifting. Now, this is a couple of weeks of stuff. I was kind of snowed in. Every time I wanted to go somewhere, the roads were icy, or, it was, the temperature was so cold. Like, we had a couple of days of really crazy winds, and the wind was so cold. It was the kind that gets right into your bones, and it just was not comfortable to go anywhere. So I kind of got behind in not picking, and then I also got behind in not showing, but I'm here today. So it's a mixed bag of nuts, as always. And I'm going to start out with Dollarama. If you live in Canada, this craft twine is at Dollarama. I've passed it up a few times, but when I saw this pink, I said, I've got a use for this. So I'm not going to go into detail this week, but you'll see on Techniques Tuesday, I'm going to try to show you how to make some flowers with this. It's really cool, really easy. And this is quite economical. For $3.50 for the roll, there's 150 meters on here. So you can use this for all kinds of fun things, including making tassels, or, tying up for bows and for tags and all sorts of things. So it comes in multiple colors. I just liked this pinky color, and so I will show you what I'm going to do with it in a little mini tutorial within Techniques Tuesday's tutorial next week. So there's that. I'm going to put it somewhere where I can find it for next week. And so this stuff came from my local thrift shop. I bought this trim, and I hadn't even opened up the bag. I think I paid 50 cents for it. It wasn't very much. Sorry. Noisy stuff. But for 50 cents, I thought it was well worth it. It's just a regular GIMP type cord. Is what they call it. But you just dress it up with a little doodad, and all of a sudden you've got something really pretty. So I will probably add things like dangles onto here. That's coming up in another video. And do some different fun things within the braid itself. And it would be used to enhance a book cover. That's mostly what I use this stuff for, is either for book covers or for handbags when I want to do some extra trims. So I got that. Everything's going on the floor today. For $1, couldn't pass these up. I've got lots of them, but you know, for $1, I'll take another box. And it's little brass brads. What I like about these ones is they are flat on top. And what is good about flat ones? You can glue something like this on here. Boy, this is going to be a versatile thing today. You can glue something like this on here and make an instant fancy brad. Just by gluing it with your, you know, something a little bit stronger than your glues that you use for journal making. More, I would say something that's strong enough for jewelry, like E6000 or Goop, something like that. Super glue might hold it, depending on the brand you have, I suppose. So this is what I would use it for because of the flat back. You can glue a button on here. You can glue all kinds of things, gems, and funk it up a little bit. But you can also use them plain, which I will as well. But these ones are a little bit shinier than because they're new. So usually I like them when they're dull and distressed looking. So these ones would be more to use to create brads. That's what I would use these for. But for $1, certainly well worth it. I don't know. I think they're about $4, $5 to buy now at the stores. So at least that. So I think it's well worth it. That I'm not going to throw on the floor because I'll likely spill it. And then I got one of these for $1. It's just a scrapbooking, you know, one of those file boxes. And I know these cost more than $1 to buy. So whenever I see them, I scoop them up because I'm always sorting scrapbook paper of some kind or another. And I figured a great way to organize a little bit more. So then I'm going to show you some books. I bought these golden books and a Peter Rabbit book. I haven't done a golden book journal in 10 years. That's when I was making them, I think. It's got to be longer than that. Yeah, it's got to be longer than that. I used to, but I got bored of them like other things. You know, I've moved on. But I know that a lot of you do use them in your journals and you do make journals with them. And so I bought them with the idea that they're going to go in my boxes. If you saw my video of the $50 boxes I put together, and that's $50 Canadian, they were loaded boxes and they're all gone now. And so I will be making another 5 boxes very soon. So I will probably drop one of these in each of the boxes. Just because I picked them up at a really inexpensive price. They're reasonably lightweight to go in these boxes. And everybody can use one. I have the Star Wars one here. I have Tweety. I have Garfield. Everybody loves Garfield, right? Such a cool dude. And great full color imagery in here. And this one was published in 1990. Frozen. I know this isn't that old. This is 2015. But again, you know, so many of you have granddaughters and daughters that would still love Frozen. Or even, you know, your grown-up daughters might love it because, you know, they were interested in Frozen when it first came out. So, you know, they're fun to make a journal with. And Little Brown Bear. This one is 1985. So it's not that old either, but, you know, it's getting up there. So I just, like I said, I will probably drop these into the boxes that I make up. Beatrice Potter. What time is it, Peter Rabbit? Now, this is a cute little book. I've never seen this one before. I'm not a huge Peter Rabbit fan. I have taken an interest in rabbits lately, so I've been kind of gathering stuff. But this book is really cute if you come across it. It's just a little children's book, like a golden book. But it's got all these clocks in here, and they're just so cute. And the imagery, of course, you know, is always fun when it's Peter Rabbit stuff. But I just love these clocks with the mice on it and then the little round clock up at the top. I think they should be lined up on both sides, these clocks. Yeah, they are. So if you cut it out, you can know that you're not, I mean, you're only going to get one out of every page, but that's still lots in this little book. But just the clocks are cute. The images are cute. So, you know, if on one you like the clock and the other you can do without the image, you can either or in something like this, or use the pages in between to break this up and make a bigger journal with it, just like you would with the golden books. But yeah, just some fun pictures. I love the end pages. So cute. And then this one I couldn't resist. Oh, Miss Kitty, I bet you like this one. One kitty is not too many. And this is from, oh, this is older. This is from 1964. So it's, 60 years old. Gosh. And I love the pages. I love the font in here. It's a larger font. I don't know what I'll do with it, but I may gift it or send it out. Look at it, a box full of kitties. That's so cute. And just love the color of the images, like this rusty orange color, and cute book. And then because the books they have a special every once in a while where the books are 8 for $1. You got to find 8. You got to put together 8. So I bought this book on roses. So it's part of my 8 for $1. It's not, it's not like an Edith Holden, but it has some beautiful images in here of wild roses and roses. And the colors are so vibrant that I will clip them out and use them for journal cards or little mini cards or something, or tuck the whole page into a journal. I'll see. But I just love the colors. And, even if I just, well, mind you, that's so pretty, right? That if you cut that out and put it onto a tag, it's beautiful. So yeah, I will get to this book, but it was just one of those to make up the 8. They don't do five books for $1. They can't handle that. So you have to buy 8 because it just gets everybody all messed up. And then this was in the regular, or they have another section where they charge a little bit more for books. So I paid $1 for this one. Woohoo! Canadian folk art. Not a lot of content in here that I would use, but enough to pay the $1. Like, look at these. Aren't they gorgeous? So I would definitely use some of these images. Like, definitely those would be used in a journal. I would back them with brown paper and fold them up and just tuck them into a journal as a journaling paper to write on. Like something like this, I would just fold it in half like a little booklet, and it would have brown paper on the other side so that you can write on it and it doesn't take up much room. But then you have to decide between this picture and that picture. I kind of choose that one. So it's a give and take in some cases. Look at this sheep. Oh my. I wonder if I should send this to Wilhelmina. She would probably love this page. We'll have to see if I can salvage it for her. Love that though. Yikes. But so many images I wouldn't use. I would use this one, the checkerboard. I think that's really cool. It would be fun to include this with some, I'm just making this up at the fly, but you could make some little red and black checkers, little paper ones, and you can slip it in a bag and put it into the journal as, it's like a game in the journal. So that would be actually very fun. So I'm going to give that an idea. There you go. I love this guy. But yeah, there's a few. I wouldn't use all of them. I love the cat one, of course. And then there's these furniture pieces. So some of these I could see Fussy cutting them out to use, like something like this. I hope you can see it. I know there's a lot of glare here because it is colored or glossy. But yeah, some fun ideas here. And the rest, of course, would turn into envelopes. Whatever I don't use never gets wasted, including the end papers and stuff. And the book is, a soft cover, but it's a heavier cardstock. So this, again, can be used for journal cards and stuff. I love this one. Yeah, so that was a fun find. Okay, somebody shoot me out back in the back 40. Mama Juju, back 40. If I buy another piece of fabric and say, I'm going to make a journal out of this, shoot me if I don't. Okay, well, don't shoot me completely because I got to finish all my journal work. But, okay, this was $3, and it just fell in my cart. It just fell in. I couldn't help it. They are some kind of they're like a pillow. It's not finished, so all I have to do is open up the seam. There's one seam here and one across the bottom, and it's birds on this canvas, and they're beautiful. So they would make, so I would get 2 journals out of this. So they would make 2 very nice traveler's notebook types. I might even be able to get that and a smaller one out of it as well. So yeah, it's something I will play with. I don't know when. I have so much on the go, but it comes with 3. Now this one is even lined with blue fabric on the inside, so it's really pretty much done. All I have to do is cut it to size, and they're good to go. Yeah. And then I bought this skirt. Now the skirt was $3, but then they had clothing was half price. So I paid $1.50 for this skirt. It's a beautiful paisley pattern. It has a shiny lining that I would probably use for scrappy fabrics, but it's black, so I don't use a lot of black. But I do like this fabric. There's only a couple of pleats at the top of the fabric, so when I open up the seam, I think it's 2 full-size pieces, so the pleats will come open really nicely, so it should rectangular, it's rectangle off. Is that how I can say it? There's a little overlay here of where they cut it, but I think I could get 4 journals out of here. 4 journals. 4, and what did I say? 2, 4, 6. That's already 10 journals just right there. What is wrong with me? Somebody help me. So that was kind of my thrift hauls from my thrift shops, my local thrift shops. And then there was the market. Now this is going to be mixed up a little bit. This was, I'm going to save this one for near the end. So it will be a little bit mixed up. I'm going back and forth from the market to one of the thrift shops. So from one person at the market, and she always has something for me, which is really cool. She knows I like paper stuff, and so she used to be a dealer, I think, at one time, and she's got sheds of stuff, and so she tries to dig something out every time I come, but of course I hadn't been coming. So she had these sitting for a while, and she says, I have so much more for you, but you know, now that she knows I'm back to coming again, she will dig out more for me. But these, I paid $1 each for these, and they're sympathy cards, and they come with all of the envelopes. And there's such a cute size of envelope and a nice, I mean, there's a chance they'll be a little bit stuck, but I can undo them. But they're just such a nice size card. Easy to cover that up. Or, you know, glue down the side and along the bottom and make it into a tuck spot, and then have this open up and use as a writing spot in the back. So you can actually play with this a lot. Glue just these 2 pages closed. Cut this one open on this side so it flips up, and then cut this one down. Well, let's just do it, right? Okay, let's show you instead of... So these sympathy cards can easily be covered with you know, stuff that doesn't interfere with, like, you don't have to have the sentiments on it. And so what I've done, did I do this right? I probably didn't. Okay, so what I would do is I would glue this to the top of that page so that it can flip up. Maybe use some washi tape. And then I would glue the... I thought this was 4. Isn't it 4? No, it's only 2. No, it's 4. What did I do? What did I do? It is only 2. Okay, well then you can't do that. Then what I would do is I would glue it on the 3 sides or whatever, and then use it as a journal card on this side and a pocket in the center. So what you can do, since I've done that already, silly girl, is you make a little thumb notch on the back. glue it on the 3 sides. And so you have an inside pocket to tuck, and then you've got this beautiful decoration on the front, of course, and then a journaling spot. So I thought it was a 4-fold. Okay. Egg on my face now. Anyway, so that was $1 per sleeve, and there's 2 different designs, which this one is very pretty, and it says in appreciation. And yeah, so same thing. I could either close it up, or you can make it into tag shape. Just glue it shut and make it into tag shape, and you've got a journaling card right there. The envelopes, of course, are always a bonus. There's so many things you can do with the envelopes, and you know, these little sleeves could be used for something too. I would fill them up with ephemera, or you know, maybe some postcards or something for storage. But yeah, so there was 2 different designs and lots of them. So I will be sharing these in some Happy Mail, and probably in some of those junk journal boxes that I'm selling. So that will come up soon. So another vendor, and she was new, and I'll tell you, I love the newbies because their prices are so good. I just stuffed it in here because I was bringing this downstairs. I bought jewelry from her, and I haven't really looked at it that closely. She had a big bucket, and they were all 50 cents each. So I said, I'm hoping, and she said she's going to be back. So I'm going to keep an eye out for anything new that she brings in. Now, she bagged everything in individual bags, and I hadn't opened them. I just went by what I saw. Now, is this a locket? Yes, it is. It's a little locket on a chain. It's a heart. It's a little bit schmuckied here. It doesn't look as nice, but if you take some acrylic paint and just dry brush over top of it, and you know, I could do it in copper or gold or whatever, and it would look just as nice. And the chain I would use up for different tassels and things, but the locket I can use in one of my journals. So I thought that was cute. And then this one, she didn't even wear it. She's still got a price tag of $1.99 on here, and I paid 50 cents for it. And it's a butterfly, just a plain little butterfly on this chain. So this would be a cute little dangle to add to the many thousand journals I'm making. I never kept track. I don't know how many journals I've made in my lifetime, but lots. There was at one time I was doing probably about 10 a month, but not anymore. This is cute. I would so use this on a boho journal. It's got the chain tassels. The chain I would use somewhere else, or maybe just use part of it for the journal. But I like this one. And she put them all in these nice big bags, except for these 2 little ones. Just gonna stuff it in there. This could get to be long because I have a lot of jewelry. This one is cute too. It is kind of, again, very bohemian looking. She must be from my clan or tribe, as they say. So that one would have some possibilities in one of my journals too. Actually, I'll just put it back in here. Some of them, you know, are not super gorgeous, but you know, I can break them apart to use them for different things. So this has lots of little dangles. You know, I could take all the dangles off and use them individually. I could use it in sections. So again, and chain. I always love lots of extra chain. This one too, it's individual little flower clusters. And so these could all be used individually to embellish. I could see this is going to go with that journal where I was making those turquoise gems. So I think I'll put that aside for sure to put in there. And then I do have a purple journal coming up for a client. So this would be good for that. And it is all, you know, mostly seed beads. And so this is why I say when you know, when you go out and you look for jewelry and you find something like this, if you harvest all of these beads, you're going to get a ton of these little seed beads that you can use for making these or for making the other style I showed you the week before or 2 weeks before. And then you can always keep the bigger beads to use in the centers of these, or you can keep them to make your dangles. But you just get so much value. And I only paid 50 cents for this, but I have some I paid $1 for, and I would go back and buy them 10 times over. Only because you just get so much mileage out of this little necklace. It just amazes me. So maybe one day I'm going to just have to take one beaded necklace and play with it online with you guys so you can see what can be done with one necklace. And then this one is, again, some little dangly bits. They're just like little coins, but it's on this almost like a faux chainmail. But these are all individual little spacers that can be taken apart and used. Again, you just take one of those little spacers, just that, and I hope you can see it. It's got 4 little holes. So you attach this to a jump ring, and you attach some beads at the bottom, and you have an instant little dangle. Look how many I got for 50 cents when you look at that, plus all the dangles that I did get. So if you just look at this is kind of what I mean by taking one dangle and dangling it from one of these little spacers, how much you can get out of one necklace and all the chain. Win-win. So I always look for those things. This one is just cute for, I have some stuff for ocean and for mermaids and all that kind of stuff. So it will just go in that pile, but it's such a beautiful little anchor. It looks like one stone is missing, but I'm sure I have other things that I can harvest that stone from and fix this one very easily. So there's that. So altogether I paid $5 for all of her jewelry. And like I said, I would go back and get more the next time I go if she's there. She said she's going to be. And she said she had lots. So this is cute. It's made with those little, silk flowers and then some stones inside. It's done on a felt back. Easy enough to make something like this. But something like this is also quick to, put as a decoration on a journal cover. So, or even on a tag. These are flat enough that you could put them on a tag. I wouldn't go much thicker than that. And I would probably, they're just stitched onto this felt. So I would probably just snip them off individually and use them that way. They're also great to make tabs on the side of a journal page. I would even leave a little piece of the felt with it so that you can glue the felt as the tab and give yourself a little bit more of an extension outside of the page. But certainly great to use. So that's her jewelry. I tell you, I got jewelry coming out of my ears. I didn't get any at my little thrift shop this time. This was all from the market. So this is another lady that I get jewelry from. And I bought this just singly from another vendor. It's not crystal, but it is dirty. It needs a good cleaning. There's a couple of little chippies in it, but I really didn't care. I paid $2 for it, and I wanted it, and I hope it's going to work. I'm going to see. I wanted it to hold my glue gun because I wanted something with weight. Well, it's not even going to work. I need something a little bit bigger. Well, it would be okay. No, I don't like it. Okay, well, it can always go upstairs and hold my sponge in my kitchen or something. I'm sure I could use it for pens and markers and that kind of stuff too. So let's just have a peek. I really wanted something with weight for my glue gun, but now I see I would need something bigger. Okay, it could hold all that stuff. And then I could get rid of all this tray that's on my desk. So it has possibilities, but it does need to be cleaned. So I will, well, this I wanted to keep aside. So I will take it upstairs and clean it, and then revisit how I can use it on my desk. I just thought it was cute and has some weight to it, because a lot of times I knock things off the table here for they're too lightweight. But then this was another lady that I've bought jewelry from before, and she always has a ton of jewelry. And so when I get there, I just love going to her table and just, she always has tons of stuff. And so many people bypass these things, which makes me happy. Like, look at the color green here. I hope you can see. And again, in between all this is these little seed beads that can be used to make these cabochons that I was making. I love these beads. They will be great for making dangles. The color is just amazing. I have some fabric in this color that I'm hoping to get to use soon. I don't know when. And then this was a chunky monkey. But for $1, look at it. That's just, whoa, that's a lot of beads. And now this looks like it's one individual dangle. I can't quite figure out the pattern here, but I will investigate it further. Yeah, it looks like the dangles this way, and then they just added this at the other end. I may have to take them all apart and just redo them the way I want them to be. But there's a lot of beads on here, and so and a lot of styles and a lot of sizes. So yeah, it's kind of a seafoam green color, so it would be good for, ocean type things. I don't know. It'll just sit in the pile until I get to it one day. But sometimes I have things that sit for a long, long time, and then all of a sudden I'm doing something and go, oh, that's perfect. I've got exactly the thing for that. So again, these were all $1 each. Like, look at this. This is just all silver pieces joined together with additional jump rings. And there's all different kinds. There's some that look like figure eights. There's these ovals. There's flowers. So when you take this apart, you get a lot of opportunity, a lot of mileage here of things that you can make with it. So love this, and love the possibilities of what I can do with this. None of this jewelry is good stuff. She does sell online, and so she does pick out the good stuff. She knows her thing. So on occasion, I used to be very successful at scooping gold. And if you want to scoop gold and silver, go to your garage sales and buy the baggies of jewelry. There's always something gold or silver in there. Bring a magnet. Well, bring it home and use a magnet to find which stuff doesn't. The real stuff doesn't stick to a magnet. But I can go into that another day. Now, this one again was they were all $1. And so I just scratched through what she has there, and she brings new stuff all the time. This one was mainly to harvest these, brassy gold, kind of antique gold beads that I can use for my different things. And there's a crystal here with a little dangle. It's plastic, I think. But there's 2 of them. So I can make 2 dangles out of here, and then the rest of the beads are to harvest. So if you look at it, how much it would cost you to buy that much beads in a bag, it would be way more than $1. Probably like $2 to $3 at least. So I look at it this way: the dangles that I can use for my journals are free, and I paid $1 for this handful of beads, which is still a good savings. This next one is another one. I'm not fond of these little snake things. That's what they remind me of, snakes. I don't know why, but they remind me of snakes. But they could be a dangle if I wanted. You have to pretty much use them together. I don't know how they put these together. So you either have to use them together or cut one off. But this has all of these beads have individual linking in between them. So you can take this bead and attach 3 blue beads to it. You can take the next one, add 3 pink ones to it. So you, again, get a lot of stuff out of one necklace. And so there's a couple of glass beads here and there, and a couple of round silver ones. So you could take this itself and make a dangle, or you could go this way and make a dangle. So yeah, lots to use up. And then, if you want to do something with snakes, you can make a snake dangle. I don't know why they remind me of snakes. And then this one, love the colors of this one. This just speaks to me. All these shades of green, and they're all small seed beads, all perfect for making more of these cabochons. Will I make all of this into cabochons? No, not in this lifetime. Maybe in my next life, but not this life. But that was all I got from her. I spent $10 with her. I don't know, maybe it wasn't even $10. I think it was about $8. But yeah, I got those from her. I did get a few other things that I'm not sharing because they're either household items, and I did get a couple of gifts for somebody. I wonder who that could be. And a few other things that, you know, for Tom. I bought him this really cool lantern candle, but you know, that's for him, and so I don't bother to show you that stuff. But then there was another guy that he's just gotten into selling jewelry. There was a lot of jewelry this week, but some people charge more because they, you know, they have nicer things. But this guy, he had nice stuff, and he said he's got a lot more coming, and he had fabric. But I didn't even look at the fabric. I figured, okay, I'm going to save the fabric for next week because, you know, I have to bring things in at a point where my husband doesn't go crazy when he sees. And this guy had bolts of fabric, so I said, they'll be here next week. I'm sure of it. So yeah, I just bought jewelry from him. Now I can't even remember. I think I spent $10 with him. Everything was $1, and he gave me this beautiful bag to go with it. I'm all about the packaging I can reuse, right? And this was the collection from him. So, I was definitely into seed beads and pony beads, which is what these are. And again, very tribal colors, very ethnic looking. So I could make some fun beaded dangles with these, or cabochons or whatever. So there's that one. I'm going to stick them back in the bag as I go. And then this one, another big tribal. These are all little black beads. These are great to use for filler beads in between. And it looks like they're all the same size. And then these really cool, I don't know, cone-shaped thingies. They almost look like a tussie mussy, right? That you could use, you could put flowers in or something. But I like them. I don't know what I'll do with them, but they could end up on a journal. It looks like I've got some holes through the top. I would reinvent these with other stuff, but it's the harvesting of all the beads. And I do keep all of the fasteners. The fasteners get used for different things as well. So they get used to either clip something on, like a tassel. I can add a tassel onto this and then clip it on a journal. So everything gets harvested and used. So yeah, you can definitely see I was into these seed beads, or at least he was. He had a lot of these. Weird looking bead here with the threads on it. So that's just a glass bead underneath. You can see it, and then the threads just get woven through. But again, the colors are very, very, very tribal looking and very heavy. This has got a lot of weight to it. I wouldn't want to wear this around my neck. I think I'd have a sore neck at the end of the day. But to harvest beads from, great value. $1. And then this one, look at this. It's in colors that I'm using right now, right? These are the colors. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And there is some stuff here that would go with my burgundy. So a lot of possibilities with using that necklace with the journals that I have to be making. Yeah, I have to be making. I've got to get them done. And there are tiny seed beads in this red and gold shades. And then there's a pony bead in this darker red. Then there's this very iridescent red burgundy bead. And then the yellow beads. So there is lots here to play with. So this would match those flowers that I've been making, the lace flowers in the different colors. I'm going to leave that on my desk too, because I think I need that right away. Pearls. You know, you can't go wrong with pearls, right? Because that's what we use to make these. So now some of these were made with the fused pearls, but some of them are made with the individual pearls. And I always check because I have enough fused pearls to last a lifetime, several. And but these are all individual. So once I cut this, they all come off. And so there's a lot of mileage there to make beads and bead centers using this. Easy. And same with this pearl one here. Now these are, I think, the same size, but there's some glass beads in between that can be harvested for other jewelry and dangles. There's also these, they're fake. They're not real rhinestone. They're just plastic, but they're spacer beads, and they can be used to enhance other projects. And a lovely clasp. This is a gorgeous clasp that I could save to use for other things, or use incorporated with, you know, some tassel stuff or something. Something like this, you can attach the one end to your journal and then have your tassel attached to this, because when this opens up, it comes out. So if you have your tassel attached to this and this goes on your journal, stitched on, then it's easy to remove the tassel, you know, if you're working in the journal. So this is ways that I want to show you that you can keep these findings and reharvest them and use them in other projects for your journals. I do have a purple journal because I said I have a burgundy and a purple journal that I'm working on. So this just automatically said, yep, we need that for the journal. This will go into making some dangles and stuff to play with. Lots to harvest from here. There's each one of these beads is already linked. Like the pink and the purple are already linked. So it's just a matter of adding other things to it or linking them to each other. And then these sort of, I guess it's gunmetal black beads are individual. So once I split this open, they will be individual beads. So yeah, it's lots of mileage again, all for $1. This one, yeah, this one has multi-links, and each link has 2 beads on it, so you can harvest them. I don't know if you can see that or not. They're just linked one back, one forth as you go along. So you can pull off a section of them and use it. You can pull off a bigger section, you know, sort of like this. So you could use this much of it, and then because these are all individual jump rings, you can dangle further things from there as well. So you can have a sort of like a little garland or banner of beads. So this can be broken up into many strands, because this thing is 16, 32, 64 inches long. So yeah, that's a lot of possibilities for banner type decorating. But it's in the colors I like, and these are things that I would definitely use. This one is, it's blingy, but I love these. They are glass. This might have to go as one of my dangles in my windows, in my probably in my spare bedroom, because it's not the color I want in my living room. But there is a strand of clear ones with gold. I'm sure you've seen these before. And then these are nasty, but you know, I'll probably give them away. Yeah, pink and blue together just don't do it for me. So this, right, Jennifer? Right, Jen? Right, Deb? They know. These are the gals from the northern part of New Brunswick, or not quite northern, near Moncton. We just had a discussion about pink and blue. I love blue. I can tolerate pink, but I cannot handle both together. Nope. But these, I think, are my prize. I could use these individually and then attach something to make a fun, really elegant tassel. So that's a possibility too. Like if you take this with some of these green beads, would make a lovely tassel if you can visualize that. Yeah, that's me. I could so handle that. But yeah, so it's cute, and for $1, I got my money's worth, and I can send the pink to Jennifer, and I can send the blue to Deb. This is another chunky chain, but it has all of these lovely coins along the bottom. So this would be used for a boho journal. I love the sound of coins. I love coins with anything boho. The chain is chunky. And, you know, a lot of times I've had people ask, well, what do you do with that? I use it in smaller links. It's a struggle to get these apart. You need a little bit of extra strength, or you need a husband who will just cut one length off of there and make it into pieces. So if you're using a piece like this, it's not that chunky. And again, you can use a piece like this, maybe glue it down to a ribbon background so that you have a base, and then use the individual links to dangle from. So then you're using it as a spot element on a journal, and it's not that heavy. Same with any of these. You can use it in smaller sections, but they are not easy to open. It's hard to open them. So you need some strength. Eat your Wheaties, or phone a friend, or ask your husband. So bat your eyelashes, as I say. And so, yeah, if you use it in small little increments, it's not that heavy for your journal, and it looks nice. You can also use small lengths like this to then attach a beaded dangle and have this dangle as a tassel. So don't discard these. Don't bypass them, because there is a lot of use for it in your journal. You can also, now this is quite long, so you can also add this to wrap around your journal cover, and then use something to make it a closure so that these dangle. Does that make sense? If you had it, this is wrapped around your journal and this is what dangles, then you can dangle things from it and make a decorative closure. Or you can attach a lobster claw, and then the lobster claw would close onto it, to another piece of the link. So there's ways to dress this up, and then if you're using it as a closure for your journal, you can again dangle some charms and different things on it, just like they did here. So you could do the same thing as a journal cover closure. I hope that makes sense. If you wrapped it around a book, I don't have one close by, but yeah. So there's lots of possibilities. It is heavy. If I were to use all of this on one journal, it's too much. But if you're using it in bits and pieces or breaking it down, you certainly can get a lot of use out of this as well. Wow, that's a lot of jewelry, and I'm done. I've kept a couple pieces out that I want to work with right away. And so that goes down to the last two things here in my bag. Okay, this one came from the thrift shop. And this one I paid, I think it was $3.99. Let's see. $3.99. I can't even show you the whole thing in camera. So you're just going to have to bear with me. I hope you can see this part. It is that faux velvet, but this will make beautiful, beautiful flowers. Now I'm just going to, it's caught on my glue stick here. I'm just going to fluff it up so it looks sort of round like a flower, and take one of my gems in the center, and you can see where we're going with that. It's not a real flower, but it will be quite pretty when I make these next week with you guys. So this is the fabric I'm using next week for my flowers, so stay tuned. It's going to be fun. And it comes with this black, same velveteen type stuff on the inside. It's like a medieval dress or a princess dress. I don't know. Could it be Snow White? I'm not sure. And then it has some kind of sheer overlay, and it is long, 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 long. So there is a mountain of this fabric. I can go on, and there's tons of it. And then it has long sleeves, and that is the sleeve. So just the sleeve, if I cut off one sleeve, I can make 10 flowers out of this. And that will be lots for the projects that I'm working on. But there's just so much here. And for $3.99, it's like, of course I'm going to pick this up. I will cut it and square it up and put it into my stash for, whatever. But all the bits and pieces will be what I use for making my flowers, because you don't need much. And it comes with these, some kind of elastic straps that are quite decorative. So they'll go into the stash of, ribbons. Oh, it's Velcroed. Look at that. So there you go. So that was my great find. I was going to use a different red velvet that I have, and I've got some yellow velvet, sort of an amber color. You guys have seen it already, to go with these flowers. But when I saw this, I said, okay, I'll just buy that and use that, and it's easy to work with right then and there. So that will be for next week. You guys will get to see that. And my grand finale. This was back at the market again when I saw this from, like, I don't know, one whole row away, and I went, oh, mine, and I couldn't run there fast enough. And I did pay a little bit of money for it, but it's worth it. I paid $10 for this. It is a tablecloth, and this is that, what do they call them? Cantha fabric? I think it's Cantha fabric. Part of the Cantha fabrics. It's not the stitching, but it's those pre-made either Indian or Pakistan fabrics. I don't know if there's a thing on here or not. It's got a nice lining. I'm not going to cut it up right away. It's large. It's very, very big. And the colors are beautiful. This is so me. And so I bought it to use. I don't know if I'll use it as a floor cloth in my room here where my little sofa is, or I will use it as a draping cloth. I have a couple of different things like this now. So it's very bohemian. It's so me. I love all the patterns, all the colors. Yeah, so I splurged on this. At first I said, well, I could make tags out of all these, because they would just make beautiful, beautiful tags. But then something just said, no, just keep it for a while. And even my husband said, you're going to cut that up, which surprised me. Usually he's like, oh, what are you going to make with that? But when I said I was going to cut it up for tags, he says, do you have to do it right away? It's so you. It's so pretty. So he suggested I keep it. And after listening to him, and he doesn't say much, I figured, yeah, maybe he's right. I should keep it. Like, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And it just goes on. So it was my find of the day for $10. I thought it was well worth it. The person didn't have anything else on the table that I was interested in. They were obviously clearing up some odds and ends, and this just happened to be there. And when we're in this business, we're like crows, and we can spot this stuff from a distance. I would have pushed, leaped, or fought anyone in my way to get to this. This was my prize of the weekend, definitely. So that's it. That's all for my video today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I gave you a few little tips. Yeah, jewelry was the thing today, that's for sure. And I just love these colors. You can see that, right? These are so me. That, and you throw in some green, and I'm in my happy place. So, yes, that's it for today. Tomorrow will be Arm's Length Art. I should be online around 11 o'clock New Brunswick time, which is Eastern somewhere, Atlantic time, I guess. I guess that's what they call it. And I will be playing all day, making some tickets. So have yourself a very creative day and a creative weekend. We will see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.